So I'm Bertrand de Meulder. I'm the Director Scientific for the ESBM, European Institute for Systems Biology and Medicine. So I'm the Work Package 5 lead in Pioneer for data analytics. My role is to lead analytics, plan, develop and deliver data analytics using the resources from the other work packages.
My name is Michaell Bussmann. I'm from Helmholtz Center Dresden-Rossendorf, and I'm the founder of the Center for Advanced Systems Understanding. My role in Pioneer is to provide the big data platform for Pioneer, both from the hardware side and the software infrastructure side, and enable solutions on top of it. From my perspective, it's really an enabling technology. We've built up something that connects data to what we want to do. We want to answer research questions. We want to change the way we collect data, we use data, we bring in new information in. And I think on top of that, we are now able to do a lot of things we were never able to do before.
I would add that the scale of what we're doing is unprecedented in Europe. As far as I know, this is the biggest collection of prostate cancer data sets, and it allows to answer much more diverse and deep questions that we could before Pioneer.
And I think it has also enabled us to identify what data is missing,
yes,
what we still need to ask for and what we still need to collect. I think that's also very important, because once we know what's there, we also know what's not there. And I think what people are sometimes underestimating is that it's also very important technological development, really. I mean, there's a lot of software going on, there's a lot of user interfaces going on. We have a lot of different users. We have clinicians, we have patients, all of them finally want to use this software and make it useful for themselves. So this is, I think, also very, very important. I mean, you have done the study-a-thons.
Those were bringing together all the diverse teams that we have in the project towards one final goal of answering a research questions for the benefit of the patients. And again, this is a new type of way of doing these analyses, but we've really managed to do it well, and we shine in this in Pioneer. So the overall number is that we have 30 data sets so far that we can split between those that are hosted centrally at your institute and those that are federated, where people keep the data locally and we send them analytics that they send back results. There's one more coming that is under mapping at the moment, and that is for clinical data only. Then we have other types of data. So we have omics data, 4 data sets now overall. We also have imaging data, there's 3 data sets about this, and we have patient-reported outcomes, and we have 6 data sets recording this that we want to combine with the clinical data that is already available to make more in-depth analysis. I also wanted to add that the knowledge and the technical skills that we have gathered building the platform and using it are, you cannot put a price on it. It's really a major outcome of Pioneer that we now have this platform working, we now have the people who know how to use it, and this is a really important asset that we want to keep bringing in the future, in the sustainability phase of Pioneer. But yeah. There's several ways that we can use the platform. One of them is to build research question teams, diverse clinicians, data scientists, patients, bringing together to answer one research questions. We develop a protocol, we test the idea on the existing data, and we develop analytics models or a combination of both that can help the clinicians treat patients better. So that's the major development during Pioneer of the data platform, is that we know how to use it now. We know how to answer questions that are actually important for clinicians and patients to help them getting better treatment.
I think one of the major things for me was understanding that it makes the process of asking questions, answering questions, and getting the right data in to answer these questions better. Because you now need a computer. You now use a computer and large data sets to do this. I found when I first saw some of the research questions we wanted to answer, I had no idea how to put them into anything quantifiable that can be understood by a computer. You know, it was a very valid question from everyday experience of a clinician, but it was not really easily understandable by a computer. And so we had to put in processes how to do that, how to translate this. And this, of course, gave feedback to clinicians, how to quantify things, how to say, this is good, this is bad, give me a scale from 1 to 10, or these kind of very easy questions. But then you have to really make it work. And it should still be the answer that in the end you're getting numbers, in the end you're getting statistics, in the end you're getting a lot of information. And this should then feed back into what you originally asked. And so this is a real journey for me. And understanding that we made these processes happen with all the stakeholders together, I think that was a big one.
The process of answering research questions using the platform has helped the different stakeholders think differently and share a common language that they can now use to conduct big data research in a much more easier fashion. Yeah, I think patients benefit because they can see the real differences that we can make. Data scientists can benefit but because they get access to that amazing resource and the data that is in it. Pharma industry persons can also validate their ideas from their proprietary software and data sets. They can then check in real-world data how it looks like. Clinicians now understand the difficulties and the intricacies in building big data analytics, and they know better how to interpret those results. Guidelines offices can also benefit because we bring them real-world data evidence that they can include in their next version of the guidelines, provided it meets their requirements and the quality standards. So yeah, as you said, there's many different stakeholders that can use the platform.
I learned that at one point when you look at the huge data sets, you're kind of not just making a change in quantity, you're really making a change in quality, that if you are selecting a very tiny amount of the overall data set, like 0.1%, we're still talking about 100,000 individual patient data sets. This is, you said this today, I like this very much, what you, can you repeat that, what you said about doing this in clinics, because that opened my mind today.
So, because of the different data sets that we have in the platform, no single center can repeat what we've done. It is only doable with a big data platform where you have multiple data sets bringing things together. And that also means that because you have more data, you can go deeper into the analysis with confidence that the results that you are showing are actually real. And so that helps form hypotheses, that helps confirm hunches that people had for a long time but didn't have the data for it. And now we can bring this and actually do it.
Yeah, and if we talk who can profit from this, I think this dialogue that we have set up in Pioneer between those very different interest groups that have different ideas and different questions, now we can sit together and really develop these ideas further, because they now come from this enabling technology, from the enabling solutions we can build on top of them, and we have to keep this dialogue. Yep. We have to keep this up. We have to build on what we already built and really say, okay, now what can we do? And I think there's a lot of things in front of us what we can do, and we have to use this dialogue and the pioneer language, so to say, to keep that up. I think that's very important.
Yeah, and over hopefully the coming decades, I think we will still have that dialogue, and there will be new stakeholders coming in, researchers from areas of analytics that we haven't heard of, but that will come to us, demanding access to that big resource that we put forward, and that will still be accelerators to those kind of research, I think, in the future.
because there will be more demand, there will be more ideas coming from the outside, and keeping up that pace and working on that further. We're not done. We're at the beginning, in my opinion. I think that's very important.
I agree.